This conference will now be recorded.
Chalo, we should start. Good evening, ma'am. So, do you know what is our last topic? Introduction, right?
Yes.
Introduction of DBMS. We complete all these things. Beginning of the course, Oracle, LED. This one, right? Or else, we discuss DBMS. We complete this one, Amma. Data, information ఇదంతా ఏందా నిన్న
No, sir.
అయిపోయిందా కాలే కదా
No, sir. అవ్వలేదు.
ఇంకా అవ్వలేదు.
ఓకే సో ఇది కాదు షీట్ సో సంథింగ్ ఎల్స్ anyhow chalo okay I will again repeat yesterday's topic. SQL. Can you hear me clearly? All of you. Ganesh, Kranti.
Yes.
వినిపిస్తుందమ్మా క్లియర్ గా ఏం డిస్టర్బెన్స్ లేదు కదా
Yes, sir.
నీరజ విష్ణు
Yes, sir. It's clear.
okay. This SQL course is useful for all these fields. Okay na? It is a structured query language. ఇది కాదు సంథింగ్ మిస్సింగ్ వెయిట్ ఇక్కడ ఇది ఇది కదమ్మా నిన్న ఎస్ we complete this one right నిన్న
Yes, sir.
చెప్పుకున్నామా
Yes, sir.
మ్యాంగో డిబి Cassandra.
MicroDB. Yes, sir. Commands
Okay.
also.
Okay. Right.
Till commands we have completed, sir.
Okay. We
TCL.
complete all
Yeah.
this, right?
Yeah.
TCL. It is
Yeah.
a transactional control language,
Control language.
which is nothing but commit, rollback, save it. We will discuss each and everything detailed. Okay. Next one is DCL, data control language. Here we have grant and revoke. Okay. All are nothing but just basics, introduction of SQL. Now, today's session, in my second session, okay, we are going to discuss about DBMS. DBMS. Okay. In that, the first is data. What is a data? Okay. Most of the students, they think that it is a information. Data. Record it, no? Recording. Okay. Data, it is nothing but just a raw fact. which doesn't give any meaning. Which doesn't give any meaning. For example, Bindu. What is Bindu? Kranti, Vishnu, Ganesh, Niraja.
It's a
What is
name.
Bindu?
It's a name.
Name. We know it is a
It's
name,
a
right?
name. Name.
If you
Yes.
ask any Russian, if you
Hmm.
ask any Russian, ask him what is Bindu. What will be his answer? He don't know Bindu. We know.
Yeah.
We Indians we know it is a name.
Yes.
Okay. But if you ask any Russian or Chinese people or any European people, if ask him what is Bindu, the answer is he don't know anything. Okay. If I ask you what is Zing, tell me what is Zing, Niraja. Zing,
Zing.
nothing.
Nothing.
Okay, maybe it
Yeah.
may be name or it may be food
It will
item or it
be.
may be some place.
Yeah.
We don't know, right?
We
It
don't
doesn't
know.
give any meaning.
Yes.
It doesn't give any meaning, right?
Meaning. Yeah.
Same like that 45. We know it is
It's a
number,
number.
but
Yeah.
we don't know if it is a 45 kilometers,
Yeah. 45 can be an
then it
age.
will be the length.
Yeah.
45 years, then it will be
Yes.
the age.
Age.
45 rupees, then it will be money.
Funny.
Okay, 45 laddus, then it will be the count amount.
Car.
Okay, so just 45 doesn't give any meaning, right? Just 45 doesn't give any meaning. Okay, same like that data, it is nothing but a just raw fact, just a raw fact which doesn't give any meaning. Okay, until we add some information. Okay, like Bindu, it is a name we know, but it doesn't give any meaning. What is Bindu? What is Zing? What is 45? Okay, so these are all called data. Data is nothing but it is a raw fact which doesn't give any meaning. Okay na? And how many types of data we have? We have names, which is the text, ages, which is nothing but numbers, locations, it is a combination. For example, house address, it is like 8 dash 1 dash oblique a, like that. So it is a combination of numbers and characters. Next, images. Next, we have videos, etc. And we have audio also, like Man Ki Baat. Okay, the Prime Minister Narendra Modi, every Sunday he give his Man Ki Baat through audio. Okay, so it is also nothing but data. So we can have all these type of data. All these type of data. These are called data types. These are called data types. Types of data. How many types of data we have? We have characters, we have numbers, we have images, we have audios, and we have videos. Do you know what is the biggest video database right now? Every day we are using at least 1 hour. Every person, if you have a mobile phone, every person is using at least 1 hour on that, which is nothing but YouTube. YouTube is the biggest video database where it stores all the information, all the data in the form of videos. Okay, so that is the thing. Okay, data is nothing but it is just raw fact which doesn't give any meaning. Example, names, areas names, numbers, ages, and everything, videos and audios. Okay, so this is about data. Next one is information. Information. Most of the people think it is a collection of data. It is wrong. Information is a collection of related data. Information is nothing but collection of related data. Okay. For example, student mark sheet in 10th class SSC. Okay, everyone has 10th class memo, right? Mark sheet. In that, nowadays they have photos also. Okay. uh, I completed my 10th class in 1996. At that time we do not have photo system. Okay, but right now, okay, in the 10th mark sheet they have photos also, student photo. So in that student mark sheet, it has photo of the particular student, his name, his father name, his mother name, date of birth, okay, school, marks in Telugu, Hindi, English, maths, science, social, and at the end, ah, and at the end, okay, principal signature. It should be related to one student. For example, if photo is Ganesh photo and date of birth is, for example, Kishore's or Kranti's date of birth, is it possible? Is it
No,
called
it's not.
information? No.
Yes.
No.
Okay. Information means it is a collection of related data. It should be for one person or one student or one thing. Okay. That is called information. It should be related to each other. For example, employees salary payslip, my employee ID, my name, okay, and my job role, my designation, and salary is someone else salary. Is it possible? No. Is it called information? No. Okay. So the example of information is nothing but student mark sheet, pay slips, and scorecard. For example, Indian cricket team scorecard. Openers Rohit Sharma, Shikhar Dhawan. Next Virat Kohli. Next, if for example Smith, Graham Smith, or Alan Border. Is it possible? No. It should be Indian cricketers. Okay, so these are example, best example for information. Okay, student mark sheet, pay slip, scorecards, and blah blah blah. Okay, so now you can betterly understand what is the difference between data and information. Data is nothing but just a raw fact. Information is nothing but collection of related data. Collection of related data. Collection of particular person's name, his marks, his age, his gender, everything. Okay. Okay, so this is about data, and here it is a information. Now the thing is, we need to store this information. We need to store this information. Okay, usually where we store this information? Yes, Ganesh, Kishore, Kranti, Niraja, Vishnu. Okay. Yes, tell me, Amma. Ganesh, Kranti, Anil, Sundaraya, Niraja, Vishnu. Basically, where we can store our information. Generally, we store
Mm,
in the
like
textbook, in the notebooks, right? Okay. The first generation of storage of information is stones. Okay. Like Ashoka's Shila Shasans, Kakatiya's Shasans. Okay, all the information they stored in the form of stones. Okay, before Christ they store all the information. Okay, they write every information in the stones, and it is passed to the next generation. Okay, that's why we are now this much of advanced development. Okay, because our previous generation people, okay, they passed the information to us. Okay, so the first generation of information is nothing but stones. Okay, whatever they gained in their lifetime, okay, they write in the stones and they pass it to the next generation. Okay, how to do agriculture, how to do everything. Okay, so the first generation is stones. That's why if you see any archaeological department, they find these scriptures on the stones. Okay, like there is a Maya culture in US, North America and South America. They have written all the information in the stones only. Okay, after that, after that, the second generation is nothing but Talapatras. It is called Talapatralu or Talapatras. It's a one type of leaves. Okay, it is one type of leaves. Okay, they just cut at the shape, rectangle shape, and they write all the information in that Talapatra. Okay, like our itihasas, okay, Puranas, Ramayanam, Mahabharatam, Vishnu Puranas, everything, everything they have written all that information in Talapatras. That is second generation. After that, in 16th century, in 16th century, Chinese people, Chinese people, they discovered paper. In 16th century, Chinese people, they discovered papers. Okay, from then onwards, we are using papers to store information. Okay, to store information. Okay, in the papers. Still now, if we are writing our notes, okay, our classroom notes, okay, everything in the notebook only. That is nothing but nowadays it is a primary storage device. Nowadays papers and books, notebooks, those are the primary storage device to store the information. Okay, after that, if you see, what is the data storage devices? It is a place where we can store information like stones, the first generation, next talapatras, next papers from 16th century. From 20th century, we are using flat files, nothing but soft copies. What are the flat files we have? Notepad. You see, my information, my material, my notes, I stored in the notepad. If you see, it is a notepad only. Okay, na? And MS Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Access, etc. All these are called flat files. All these are called flat files. Okay. So nowadays, most of the small companies, they store their information in Excel sheet. In Excel sheet. Okay. So we can store our information in Excel sheet. Is it okay? Correct, Akada? Okay.
Yeah, sir.
We can store our information in the Excel sheet, right? Then why we are using database? Then why we are using database? Why? Because if you are using to store information in Excel sheet, okay, if small company like small schools, like they have 300 students, or a small like hospital, daily they have 50 or 100 patients, or a small institute where they have nearly monthly 200 students. For them, it is easy to store all that information in Excel sheet. But big companies like Infosys, Wipro, TCS, CTS, Capgemini, Amazon, okay, if they store all their information in Excel sheet, okay, there will be some disadvantages. Okay, what will be the disadvantages? First one is Excel sheet can't provide security, 100% security. If you store some information in Excel sheet, okay, anyone can change the value. If you store Infosys employees information, okay, in that it has employee ID, employee name, salary, everything, department number, designation, and everything. Okay, in the salary column, if I add 1 on the left side, it will become more than 1 lakh. Got it? If you add 1 on the right side, it will be more than 4 lakhs. For example, my salary is 45,000. If I add 1 on the left side, it will be 1 lakh 45,000. It will be 1 lakh 45,000. If I add 1 on the right side, then it will be 4 lakhs 50,001 rupees. It will happen if we are using Excel sheet. It will happen if we are using Excel sheet. Why? Because in the Infosys there are maybe more than 1 lakh employees are there, or 80,000, more than 80,000 employees are there. Okay, so we cannot guaranteed the security if we are using Excel sheet. That's why the big organization, they are choosing database to store all their information, whether it is their employees information or clients information or project information or products information, whatever. They store all their information in the database rather than Excel sheet or Word or PowerPoint or Notepad. Okay, small companies, they are using flat files to store their information, like small schools or hospitals or any institutes, okay, or hotels. Okay, they are using these flat files to store their information. But big organization, they choose database to store their information. Okay, why? Because these are the disadvantages if you are using flat files. First one is security. First one is security. If my salary is 45,000, if I add 1 on the left side, it will be 1 lakh 45,000. If I add 1 on the right side, it will be 4 lakh 50,000. I will be happy, but my company, okay, okay. So that is the thing. If you are using flat files, the first and major thing is security. It does not provide security. The second disadvantage is redundancy. Okay, if you are using Excel sheet or Word or Notepad, okay, redundancy can be appear. For example, you see, I can copy this and I can write down here also. It is called redundancy. It is called redundancy. Redundancy means duplications. If you are using flat files like Notepad, Excel, Word, okay, we cannot prevent redundancy. It may happen, okay, but if you are using database, it prevents to enter duplicate values. Okay, it does not accept the same employee's information second time. For example, already stored Srinivasa Rao's information. Again, if I want to enter again with the same Srinivasa Rao's information, it will prompt me to, okay, to stop this information, to insert this information. Okay, na? So the second disadvantage is redundancy. Third one is difficulty in accessing required data. For example, if you are using Excel sheet, in that you have 1,000 records or 1,000 rows. In that, if you want to select Srinivas information, what we have to do? We have to open find option there. Okay, there we have to type Srinivas. If you type Srinivas, okay, in that 1,000 records, maybe there are 500 Srinivas are there, or maybe 400 Srinivasas are there. How can you find out which Srinivas you want? You want Srinivas Rao or Srinivas Reddy or Srinivas Chaudhary or Srinivasa Naidu or Srinivasa Yadav? It is very difficult to access required data if you are using Excel sheet or flat files. Okay, it will give number of records. It will give number of records. Okay, but if you are using database, if you are using database, okay, it is very easy to get required data. They have some rules and regulations. Okay, according to that, it is very easy to access required data. But if you are using Excel sheet or flat files, it is very difficult to get the acquired data. Okay, so this is about third disadvantages. The fourth one is inconsistency. The fourth one is inconsistency. For example, I want to store all my employees information in four different tables, four different Excel sheets. One is employees basic information like his mobile number, email ID, and in the next one the salaries information, what is basic pay, what is travel allowance, what is dearness allowance, everything. And in the third table I want to store his project details, his client details, everything. Okay, so I need to maintain three different tables. Okay, if you are using Excel sheet, in one Excel sheet it is maybe Akarap Mahesh, and in second Excel sheet it is Akarap Mahesh. It may happen if you are using Excel sheet. Okay, in third one it is again, okay, Akarp Mahesh. It is Akarap Mahesh, it is Akarp Mahesh. It is called inconsistency. It is called inconsistency. If you are using any Excel sheet to store this information in different sheets, okay, so we cannot get inconsistency. Okay, in one Excel sheet it is Akarap Mahesh, in another Excel sheet is Akarap Mahesh, here it is Akarap Mahesh. Okay, so this is called inconsistency. Okay, it will happen if you are using Excel sheet. Okay, but in database, okay, it provides data consistency. If you are using database, okay, for example, if you establish a one company in coming future, and if you purchase database from companies like Oracle and Microsoft, okay, they provide database, there they have data consistency. Okay, but if you are using any flat file, if you are using any flat files, okay, we cannot get consistency. Very rarely we can get the consistency. Okay, so these four are disadvantages, major disadvantages. We have so many disadvantages of using flat files, but these are the major disadvantages. Okay, okay, so this is about difference between flat files and databases. Okay, data storage. Okay, first generation is stones, next talapatras, papers, next flat files, next databases. Now all big companies, even small companies also nowadays, they are using database to store their information. Okay, in the interviewer he will ask what is the disadvantages of flat files. Okay, if you tell these four disadvantages, it is okay for you. One is security. We cannot get security, 100% security if you are using flat files. And there may be chance of redundancy, which is nothing but duplications or repetition. It is called duplication or repeat repetition. Okay. Next one, difficulty in accessing required data. In Excel sheet, we can get thousands of same records. Okay. Next one is inconsistency. Inconsistency means the data. Okay, it should be same in all the tables. Okay. So this is about different data storage devices. Now come to database. Database, it is a logical container. Like we have container, right? Lorry container, okay, which is a physical container. Here database is nothing but logical container which we cannot see. Physical container like lorry container we can see, but here it is a logical container. We cannot see this logical container. In a container we can keep all the information, all the goods, right? Here also we can kept all the objects, all the objects. If anyone asks what is a database, your answer will be it is a logical container of related objects. Okay, na? What are the objects we have? We have tables, views, indexes, sequences. Okay, these objects related to SQL. These objects are related to SQL. And here we have procedures, functions, and packages. These are objects related to PLSQL. These objects related to PLSQL. Okay, these four objects related to SQL. Okay, na? And mostly we are creating and maintaining and manipulating tables. You tableau people, mostly you create tables, you can manipulate tables, you can insert, update, delete all the information. That is your task. Okay, Nama? Any doubt still now?
No, sir.
Okay, Kishore,
Oh, okay.
Ganesh, Neeraja, Anil, Sundaraya, Kranti, Vishnu. Okay, okay. So this is about introduction of DBMS. What is data? What is information? What is data storage? What are the disadvantages if you are using flat files? What is a database? It is a logical container. Next come to DBMS. 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 Database Management System. It is a software, means collection of programs. It is not a tool. DBMS, it is a software. What is the use of this software? We can store information in the database. We can retrieve the information from database and we can manipulate the data. Okay. So by using DBMS, we can store in the database. We can retrieve from the database and we can manipulate. Manipulate means we can we can update the information, we can delete, we can insert. Okay, okay na? So DBMS, it is a software, okay, where we can store, we can retrieve, we can manipulate the data. Okay. We have different DBMS softwares in the market. Presently we have different DBMS softwares. In that, Oracle DBMS software, it is provided by Oracle Corporation. Most of the project, if they have Java for their middleware or front end purpose, they are using Oracle database for their backend. These are all backend. Okay, database is nothing but backend. Okay, next one is SQL server. It is a software. Most of the people they think, okay, most of the people they think SQL server it is a language or it is a tool. It is not a language, it is not a tool, it is a DBMS software. It is provided by Microsoft Corporation. If the project is on .NET, mostly, okay, they go through the SQL server database to store their information. MySQL, it is product of Sun Microsystem. It is a product of Sun Microsystem. But what happened is Oracle Corporation they acquired Sun Microsystems. Oracle Corporation they acquired Sun Microsystem. So now it is a part of Oracle. If they are using Java as their front end, okay, they can either choose Oracle database or MySQL database. Okay. Next one is DB2, which is a product of IBM. Okay, they are using PL programming for their front end purpose. PL programming language. Okay, for front end they are using programming language and back end they are using DB2. And these are some more databases: Sybase, Teradata, MongoDB, Cassandra, something like that. But these six databases they are using SQL. They are using SQL, okay, to retrieve the information. Whereas this one, MongoDB and Cassandra, these are called no SQL database. These are called no SQL DBMS or databases. Okay, these are called SQL databases. Okay. These are called SQL databases, and these are called no SQL databases. MongoDB, Cassandra. It means they are not using SQL language for their retrieval purpose. They have their own equipment and tools. Okay, by that they can retrieve the information from the database. Okay, but mostly nowadays uh, it is very high growth of MongoDB databases. Most companies they are using MongoDB to store their information. Maybe within 5 years, all maybe all companies they are using MongoDB for their storage purpose. Okay, na? But now most of the companies they are using either Oracle, mostly, or SQL Server, very rare MySQL and IBM projects they are using DB2. And the Sybase and Teradata it is nothing but these are European databases. It is depend on the company. Some companies directly they are using Sybase or Teradata. Okay, but most of the companies they are using either Oracle or SQL Server. Okay, mostly Oracle only. Okay, now I will explain here in a general example. Okay, what is database, what is software. Okay, think that you have mobile device which is a database. Our mobile is it's a database. It store our images, videos, voices and everything, right? And we have service provider like we have Airtel, Geo, Idea, like that. But without SIM can we access the data? We have mobile phone Samsung S22 and I have provider Airtel or Geo or Idea. Without SIM can we get the access? No, Maybe in the future they may develop without SIM also, but now right now without SIM we cannot access the data which is stored in the mobile device, even though we have service provider. Okay, same like that, in the database we have the information, and we have DBMS software like Oracle, SQL Server, MySQL, like that. Okay, we purchase Oracle software and we have database, but we cannot without SQL we cannot get the information. Okay, so that is the main use of SQL. It is a interface between data which is stored in the database and the software, DBMS software. Okay, then only we can get the information. By this information, you Tableau people, you generate the reports. Tableau people, what is the main task? You have to generate the reports, right? So first you have to take information from database through SQL by software, Oracle software. Then only you will get the information. Okay, then only you will generate the reports. Okay, in simple manner, if I tell you, okay, there is a one function, they cook delicious chicken biryani in a huge uh, what we call it, a huge ఏమంటారమ్మా దాన్ని గిన్నె అంటారా ఏమంటారు,
Andi,
బొగున.
Bagana.
Okay, ah, that bogana is nothing but database. Okay, the the food, whether it is a chicken or chicken biryani or pappu or rasam or rice or fish biryani, that is information. You want bogana or you want chicken biryani? You want chicken biryani, right? You want chicken biryani. Okay, how can you serve that chicken biryani? By using a spoon, right? By using a spoon, whether it is a long spoon or small spoon. Okay, దాన్ని ఏమంటారమ్మా పంజా అంటారు కదా, ఉర్దూలో, హిందీలో, తెలుగులో ఏమంటారు గరిట. ఓకే, సో ఫ్రమ్ దట్ పెద్ద హండీ నుంచి, ఓకే, వి టేక్ ద ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఆర్ చికెన్ బిర్యానీ in our plates. Okay, that is nothing but reporting tool. Okay, our plate is nothing but reporting tool like Tableau. Okay, this database is nothing but handi, and information is nothing but food, and this SQL is nothing but spoon. Okay, and it is a software. Okay, it is a software where we get the information. Okay, so this is just a general example of the entire scenario. Some people are asking, sir, what is the use of SQL? We have database and we have Oracle software or SQL server software. Then what is the use of SQL? We need SQL to interface between database and software. Okay, na? Any doubts? Time could I put in there?
No, sir.
Okay. Okay. Tomorrow I will explain normalization. It is very important. Okay. In the interview, he will ask about normalization. Basically, we have 6 normalizations, but 3 normalization is enough for you. Okay, na? Tomorrow I will
Okay.
explain what is normalization and everything. Okay. This is about just a basic introduction of DBMS. Okay. ఇది ఏమైనా డౌట్ ఉందా అమ్మా? ఎనీ డౌట్?
No, sir. No doubts.
Okay, my